No, I think the thing that most people seem to be upset about with Destiny 2 is the fact that they vaulted old content. And I've seen a lot of comments along the lines of, I paid for something that I no longer have access to. And it's like, no, you didn't. You just don't understand living campaigns. I could name, off the top of my head, World of Warcraft, Destiny 2, Guild Wars 2 are three big games that have all done vaulted content, meaning that, um, or, in the sense of they've done what's known as living campaigns. So a living campaign is a storyline that moves the game forward in a linear fashion and doesn't actually ever go backwards. So in other words, they like when the cataclysm, is that what it was called? When the cataclysm happened in World of Warcraft, it fundamentally changed the landscape, right? Like you couldn't go back and do quests from 10 years ago because those quests were no longer in the game because the cataclysm happened, the world was changed, zones were underwater, other zones were broken, mountains grew in place of old places. You could no longer access the old content because the new content was in place. That is how live service games work. Now, not all games do it like that. You can look at, like, say, Star Wars: The Republic as an example, has always gone in the fashion of um, the the expansions are standalone stories that take place maybe on a planet over here or something, um, and that content is always there because the planet is always there. But they could decide to come along and have a Death Star mechanic or storyline where it blows up planets, and those planets could disappear. Um, but many games, World of Warcraft, I use as the biggest example because it is the behemoth that is, World of Warcraft. And yet, I've never once seen players running around complaining about the Cataclysm. Never once. With Destiny 2, though, they won't shut the fuck up about it. And I don't get it because many games do this. Not all games, but many do. And if you understand storytelling, sometimes for the purposes of storytelling, you want to move the story forward in a linear fashion. That's like sitting there and watching the Star Wars films and being mad that they blew up Alderaan because I want to go to Alderaan and see what life was like on Alderaan, and I want my money back because I went to the movie theater thinking that we were going to be able to have the right to go back to Alderaan and visit, and you blew up Alderaan and you took Alderaan away from me, and I want my money back. Like, or just there are some really ridiculous points of view out there from people who just don't understand game development. And I don't know why it is this game in particular, um, because many other games have done it. Uh, and it was only for some of the content for Destiny 2. There was a period of time where they were moving forward, and they just said, if you haven't played the most current content, that's fine. When you come back, if you've been away for 3 years, you're going to be here with the rest of us because we don't want a bunch of players left behind. So, from a game development standpoint, developers are doing that so they don't have to deal with that problem, which that is one of the big problems with live service games is what do you do with the players who take forever to play or go away for 3 or 4 years. Well, they're not the majority of your player base, so you have to focus on who are the majority. And the majority of the players who play fairly regularly, those are the ones you want to focus on because they are the ones who contribute to furthering development of the game and pushing things forward. So of course you're going to focus on that demographic. And if that demographic is always looking at the next piece of storyline, um, then that's where you go. So it's a weird thing. I don't get it at all. Um, and quite frankly, what's really frustrating coming into this game as I've played it before, but let's just say I'm a new player. If I was a new player trying to create content for Destiny 2 in 2025, I can get away with this because I'm not necessarily new and I have an established YouTube and Twitch channel and I make a good living. And so Destiny 2 is not the game that I am basing my success off of, right? Like I have many other games that I play. This is one of many games that I will play in 2025. But imagine I were a new content creator. So I just woke up this morning and I had like 50 comments of people who are upset and butthurt about Destiny 2 took away content, vaulted content. I paid for it. I don't have access. Fuck Bungie. Like that's what I woke up to this morning, like 50 comments. Now, not a big deal because I've got, 1,500 other comments to go through over the course of the next few hours as I'm going through my socials and everything. But if I was a new content creator and I'm just trying to get going and I love Destiny 2 and I found the game and I'm playing it for the first time and I'm really having a great time and I start to upload content to YouTube and that's what I have to wake up to every morning is those kind of people on my videos, like I'm going to stop playing the game because those fucking gatekeepers, those assholes are ruining my experience. And a new gamer isn't going to have the fortitude to withstand that sort of constant barrage of pissed off, angry internet trolls who live in their mom's basement and peeking their head out of their Reddit cave once in a while to be like, Bungie took away that expansion from 12 years ago, and I'm still butthurt. Like, get over it. Games move forward. Living campaigns are a thing. I suppose those same players probably bitch when they watch TV shows too, like when they kill off a main character. Oh, I can't watch it anymore. They killed off my favorite character. That sucks to be you. You know what those people are? Those are the same people who rage quit watching Last of Us 2 when Joel died. Spoiler alert. Those are the same people who rage quit Last of Us 2 because of that right there. They're like, Joel was the only reason I watched. Joel was the only Pedro Pascal was the only reason I was watching that show, and now they've killed off Pedro Pascal. I'm gonna stop watching Last of Us 2. Sucks to be you with your little pea-sized brain, like not understanding storytelling, not understanding that Game of Thrones is about more than Tyrion Lannister. It's about more than one character. Some stories are about a dynamic cast of characters going on this journey from point A to point B. And if you can't wrap your tiny little pea-sized brain around that, you know, living campaigns are a thing in many games. If you're going to play a live service game, you have to accept that the company is going to move the story forward in ways that might not be the way you would have done it. But if you want to create a story that you want to have go a specific way, raise the millions of dollars, build your own company, make the game that you want. Otherwise, you lose the right to complain. I'm a customer. I demand satisfaction. No, you signed a terms of service when you signed up for a live service game. If you've never read through the terms of service, I suggest you do that. I suggest you read. Yeah, Thaindar, they forget IPs are supposed to be shared and explored. By the way, this will get shipped and clipped. I guarantee you this video will get downvoted into oblivion by the Destiny 2 trolls. Oh, they're going to come out of the woodwork when I publish this on YouTube.